To learn to live the off-grid lifestyle and to be inspired to live your dreams, click subscribe so you don't miss anything. Click the bell notification. It's all free. So as you know, I try to let the chickens out every day. 15, 20 minutes, maybe a half hour on a good day when it's nice and warm outside, which today is the last warm day we're gonna have, but man, it looks nasty today. It's gonna get down to 32 degrees tonight. So have to get the water hose put away. But I try to let them out every day, give them a little exercise, spread their wings, and they do fly quite a bit. I've actually not seen too many chickens fly around, but yesterday we had one fly up on top of the roof of the chicken run here. Just hung out there. So I'm gonna let them out, but I want you to stick around to the end. I got a big surprise I want to show you. I'm excited about it. It's really neat to me. So I wanted to share my excitement with you. So I'm gonna let these guys out, and I've been feeding them corn to kind of fatten them up for the winter. That's Rue, that's one of the roosters. That's the youngest rooster there. He's a dark red one. To kind of show you around here, I really like for you to get to know these guys better. They do kind of stick with you. I mean, you kind of get attached to them. So that one right there is Rue. He's the youngest rooster right there. And he's trying to establish some dominance right here. Then we have Frenchie, the white one here. Frenchie is the oldest male we have. And then you see these lighter color hens right here. We got 3 of those. Those are the oldest hens we have. They were in with the same litter, or whatever you want to call them, as Frenchie was. And then we got the New Hampshires. They're similar to Rhode Island Reds. They're wanting some corn. I might feed them some corn here. We'll throw a little bit out to them. So the New Hampshires were the second batch we got. We got 4 of those, and they're a darker color right here. And they've been laying eggs for a few weeks now. So the buffs, the lighter colored ones, have been laying eggs since midsummer or early summer, I don't know. And then all the colored ones that you see that look like Frenchie and Rue. So you got the black and gold and gold and black and the silver and gold. I don't see Two-Face. I just saw her a second ago, but oh, there she is. Okay, so then we have a black one and then Two-Face, the silver one here. They are Americanas. Now, used to be that Americanas and Easter eggers were the same thing, but now they separate them in 2 different categories. Now, Frenchie is an Americana. We just happened to get him the same time we got the buffs. We bought them at Orscheln's. Long story, we ended up buying chickens through a hatchery from Iowa, and they mailed it to us, and they died, and it was pretty tragic. You can go back and look at my chicken playlist. You'll see what happened there. We went to Orscheln's and we got a bunch of them. Well, the thing is Orscheln's said, other than Frenchie, please ignore Frenchie we bought separately. Orscheln's said that the buffs that we bought were all female. Well, it turned out there was 3 males in there also, so we didn't get as many females as we wanted. So then we went to a farmer nearby. I don't know if she's a farmer, I guess you'd call her a farmer. And we bought the New Hampshires, the darker colored ones, darker red. So you got the buffs, and then you got the New Hampshires. Then we went back and we wanted to get Americanas. Americanas are pretty cool. They're a little bit more aggressive. You can see the Americanas, they're just running and flying and hopping around. They're pretty aggressive. That being said, Frenchie has been the best chicken I've ever seen. Frenchie, remember we bought him at Orscheln's, so he's kind of an oddball. Ignore the mess. We've been trying to clean up this area over here, so we got metal scrap everywhere. So, where did he go? So Frenchie has been a really good rooster. He's very protective. He spots the eagles and gets everybody in. He keeps everybody in line. Now the Americanas are really neat. Like I said, they're pretty aggressive. They don't let me touch them. Two-Face was the exception, the silver one. She got hurt in a little fight when she was younger, so she used to let me pick her up. Well, what ended up happening was we put them in with the older ones, and now she won't let me pick her up anymore. Now, the New Hampshires, the Buff Orpingtons, Frenchie, they're okay with me touching them. I mean, they don't like it, but they'll allow me to do it. But the Americanas just won't. the cool thing about Americanas is they produce colored eggs, which is pretty exciting because you can sell colored eggs for more money than regular eggs. So the New Hampshires and the Buffs, they produce brown eggs. The Americanas can produce brown eggs, green eggs, blue eggs. And so I'm pretty excited about selling eggs next year. Now, the Americanas are just now coming in age of being able to lay eggs. So right now we got 7 chickens producing eggs. During the winter time, if you don't put lights inside the chicken coop, they'll slow down on egg production. Instead of doing 1 egg a day or 1 egg, you know, I don't know. They don't give you 1 egg a day, but close to 1 egg a day. So we've been getting about 3 eggs a day. There was one day we got 1 egg. That was disappointing. So 7 hens, and they're only giving us 3 eggs a day. I'd like to get more. I'd like to be able to put more egg into our meals to reduce the amount of meat that we are buying. I mean, you can mix eggs in everything. Chickens, soup, you know, you can have egg drop soup. You can make egg noodles. Carolyn made egg noodles the other day. You can mix in your egg with your beef just to give it more food. That would reduce the amount of meat we got to buy or produce. Now remember, last summer we produced meat chickens. Got 50 of them. I think we butchered 47, you know, a few of them died. This summer we're going to get pigs. I would like to be able to reduce the amount of meat that we eat. We eat about a pint of meat each day. Carolyn and I do. I have eggs for lunch, and which has reduced our peanut butter costs dramatically. Now eggs are becoming a superfood. They're calling them a superfood now. They're very healthy. You know, all this bad cholesterol they were telling you about all these years that eggs kill you, turns out that's not true. It's actually vegetable oil that's going to kill you. These guys are getting really rambunctious. What happens is they want to go out in the woods, but they get lost out in the woods. So I got to keep shoveling them back. They're a lot of fun. I enjoy it. This is why I only do about 20 minutes a day so I don't get frustrated with them. And with the Americanas, I wouldn't mind so much with the Buff Orpingtons and the New Hampshires being out here. But the Americanas, they get so flighty that I'm afraid I'm going to lose one. They'll just fly off into the woods. So the sooner the Americanas start producing eggs, they'll be colored eggs for us. I think, well, we got 6 female Americanas. So that would be a total of 13, am I right? Maybe it's 12 total hens. And then by springtime, we're going to be selling eggs. Selling the Americana eggs will completely eliminate any cost that we have raising pigs and chickens. We'll be able to make enough money from the eggs if we can sell them, if people will buy them. That would be fantastic. That means we're raising food for free. I've been criticized that we are not self-sustaining. I say I try to be more self-sustaining as possible. This is an opportunity of being more self-sustaining. Being able to raise enough of a product, whatever that product is, and selling it and getting something back. I could feed the pigs the eggs also, but we kind of tossed that around for a bit. We figured that it would be more profitable to sell the Americana eggs than it would be to give the eggs to the pigs. That being said, I did learn that you don't want to feed pigs raw eggs. You can give them a disease of some sort. Boil them, and you can give your pigs eggs that way. That would leave us eggs to eat from the New Hampshires and the Buff Orpingtons. The Americana eggs are colored eggs. I told you that. People like to buy those for the kids. You know, what kind of egg, what color egg do you want for breakfast? And they'll yell out, I want green, I want blue, whatever the color is. So, pretty excited that we're gonna have that coming around pretty quickly. Well, got some good news. Last night I went down to get the eggs. We got one. I was really excited. Check this out. Hopefully you can see that. Now, my concern is in the camera, you're not actually going to see the true color of that. That's a green egg. I'm afraid that you're going to see that as white. I wish I had a white egg to compare. So these are all Buff Orpingtons. The brown eggs are Buff Orpingtons and New Hampshires. So we finally have one of our Americanas producing. So I think there's only 2 that we still have to wait on. 2 Americanas. Try to explain this. We bought the Americanas in 2 different batches. We bought a smaller batch and then came back a couple weeks later and bought another batch. They were let's say the first batch was 6 weeks old and the second batch was 3 weeks old, plus the 2 weeks in between. So we'll still have, I think, 2 left that won't be producing for another month or so. But the rest of the Americanas should be producing now. Since we have 1 producing, within a week or 2, they'll start producing. I don't know which one's producing, obviously. We'll have to keep a better eye on that, come down, check on it. I don't know why they have gotten so misbehaved here recently. They used to stay pretty close together, and I was training them to stay near the coop, but they're getting so spread out now. But the Americanas are the reason why. Carolyn used to have Americanas, and she was very disappointed. The reason I was so excited about the colored egg was I actually thought that it was a rare event to get colored eggs. She said she had Americanas before, and they didn't give her any colored eggs. They were only brown eggs. So when we got the colored egg yesterday, I thought, man, Carolyn, this is exciting. You know, what's the odds of us actually getting a colored egg? She said, well, they're Americanas. Of course we're getting colored eggs. I said, well, you said that you didn't get any colored eggs from all your Americanas. And she thinks that it was actually odd that she didn't get any, because they can't produce brown eggs. Now, once you get a color from one of the chickens, so whichever chicken produced this green egg, she'll continue to produce green eggs. So if we get another one that produces blue eggs, we'll always have green and blue and whatever other colors they produce. There'll be different tones of colors. So I'm gonna put a link right here on the screen. I don't know which side of my face, but it'll be on one of the sides of the face here. And that'll be an earlier video that I made about the chickens when they were younger. I'd appreciate it if you watch it. If you want to go to the playlist, that'll help me out also. What it does is tell the algorithm you like this video, so they'll promote this video more. I hope I can inspire you to figure out how to become self-sustaining when you're living your dream. Thanks for watching.